reasons why I was not concerned was, if you remember correctly, I brought up Adrian Martinez turnover issues, right? I brought
Hmm.
it multiple times tonight, and once again, it happened in a critical moment in the game. Now, albeit, I was actually very impressed with the way Martinez played overall. Besides those mistakes, one play was just a great, instinct by Daxton Hill tipping the ball, and it fell pretty much right into his lap and keeping his concentration. So that was a little bit of a tough play. But the fumble, when they're just starting to drive to possibly take the lead late in the fourth quarter, that's a classic Adrian Martinez um, turnover. So and I thought that um, tonight was a microcosm of his career at Nebraska. A very, very talented kid, dual threat quarterback, can throw it. He has some really nice touch throws today, and also can beat you with his legs, but also prone to make turnovers. And I thought Michigan in our opportunistic defense would expose that and take advantage of that, and that's what happened. So that was a big, and I pass rush as well, and so like that was good to see. It was good to see that come true. Um, Definitely came down. But so there was some surprises that I didn't see come from Nebraska. Overall, I think the game played out how I thought it would. I picked Michigan to win 24-21. I picked a close game, and it was a 3-point win, albeit different score, 3-point win. So, um, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good test for them, and they passed.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is winning the game. You know what I mean? Like, so it like, yes, I think we so before we were on with Greg on Wednesday, before that happened, I was of the tune of Michigan's winning this game by 14 points minimum,
Right.
probably more. Like I even tweeted that. Like
Yeah.
I put it on paper to where it was just like, because that's just how I felt. And now I can to be honest with it, it's like I hadn't watched a lot of Nebraska and didn't really pay attention to what was going on. The biggest Once Nebraska got on my radar was when they played um, Michigan State, and they took them essentially to the wire. So that was really the first time. But even with that, ultimately, I'm just like, oh yeah, Michigan will win this game. Not a big deal. Like it'll be fine. But um, Nebraska's not a team to be slept on. We talked on Wednesday with Greg. He was able to join us and just talk about just their attitude, their mantra, like a lot of what really Michigan feels like, as far as their attitude going into games of, they feel like they should win the game. They have confidence going into the games. We talked about the parallels with Michigan. Like I feel the same exact way about Michigan. I feel like those guys there are going into games thinking, yes, we should win this game. We're the better team. If we play the way that we know how, yeah, we should win this game. 100%. So it's um it's so interesting because even before the game started and even before our Wednesday stream and podcast, we talked about how I think it was like a 3 to 3.5 point spread on
Right.
this game. And you look at it, and Michigan wins by 3 points. And you would have told me before the game, like literally right before kickoff, like, hey, what would be your prediction? I would have predicted at least minimum 4 points, probably more than that. But the fact is, I mean, Vegas wins again because
Yeah.
I can only imagine the people that bet on Michigan 4 points or more, and now all of those people are going to be taking a loss. It's crazy. It's really crazy when you think about it because we talk about it so often, but just how often Vegas is right, like how often it hits it on the head.